Bohol is a province in Central Visayas. Tourists from all around the country and all over the world visit primarily for the beautiful white sand beaches. But the fun in Bohol doesn't stop there. Bohol has a lot of activities for intrepid adventurers looking for time in the great outdoors. We were invited by the Department of Tourism Region 7 to experience these adventures for ourselves. Hey guys, I'm Mig from Spot.ph and I'm here in the beautiful province of Bohol for adventures in the great outdoors. When we landed in Bohol, one of the first things we did was a sunset kayak tour with the wonderful guides at Kayak Asia. We traversed a 4-kilometer stretch of open water to a sandbar known as the Virgin Islands. The kayaking here comes in groups of 2, where I partnered up with videographer and fellow adventurer Jack. We took turns paddling while the other was filming for the content. It took us much longer to get there because of this, but we made it there eventually and we were treated to this beautiful stretch of sand. Look at Tiny Mig over there taking a photo. Fun fact, this sandbar goes underwater during high tide, so sunset is the best time to kayak. Just make sure you have a guide so you don't kayak back in the dark. If you're not into the open water and want a more solo activity, you can head over to Fox and the Firefly B&B for stand-up paddleboarding along the Lobok River. Stand-up paddleboarding, or SUP, involves you propelling through the water on a paddleboard. Once you get the hang of it, it can be relaxing as much as it is exciting. The stillness of the river and all the nature around you alone is worth the experience. Also, if you happen to join the owner, Frederick, you may have the cutest little companion join you in this adventure. While we were out there working our arms and legs off, Jack and our other companions were apparently also in the Lobok River. They opted to choose to go on a motorboat ride up the river and, well, I'm kinda jealous, so we're moving on. Speaking of the ride up the Lobok River, another thing you can do is the river cruise, which is more of a lunch along the river. While we had our lunch, we were able to talk to Miss G of the DOT Region 7 about the Outdoor 7 program.
The Outdoor 7 program is part of our continuing program at the DOT. For Bohol especially, we focused on the 3 outdoors activities. These are trekking, trail bikings, and the other one is kayaking or paddling. We wanted everyone to come to Bohol and experience the outdoor adventure trails that we have prepared for the visitors in Bohol this time. Bohol has a lot to offer, and it's our intention to showcase many of the sites in the countrysides. For example, in some stretch you could do mangroves, and in some stretch there's a white beach, and many of these jewels can only be experienced if they go into trekking or paddling or trail biking.
Talking about trekking got me excited, so we headed to the Raha Sikatuna Protected Center for a short hike. Here you'll be in the middle of nature and experience all that nature has to offer. Oh, a fly. You might even meet a friend or two along the way. Venturing further into the trail, you'll feel really connected with nature. I can't count the number of times I stopped and took photos of the flora and fauna around. The trail itself is relatively straightforward, but as a friend of mine once told me, never underestimate a mountain. It can be tough, challenging, but also very rewarding. Something less middle of the woodsy you can do is mountain biking. But before that, you gotta have that gear up sequence. Nice. Safety. Oh yeah. Now I'm ready to take it on. If you start from the Fox and Firefly B&B, this will take you through the town of Lobok to an outlook overlooking the Lobok River. Okay, there was a very steep hill which I had to walk up. But no shame in that. In the end, the view was worth it. For a more up-close view of the Chocolate Hills, you can opt to try the ATV. After another gear-up sequence, we were off. Rain or shine, this activity is higher octane than mountain biking, and if it's raining, expect to get down and dirty. This is one of the activities that anyone can do. There are a lot of opportunities for photos and team building as we take the time to ride around the open field in the rain. Here is videographer Jack showing off and running circles around me. And here's the end result. Everyone's covered in mud. Expect to get dirty, but that's part of the fun of the great outdoors. I'm about to try mushroom sisig. Mushroom sisig is one of their specialties here at Green Thumb Bohol. This farm-to-table concept restaurant specializes in using mushrooms as meat alternatives to their dishes. They really make you feel like what you're eating is as fresh as it can get. We were invited by the Department of Tourism Region 7 to sample some of their dishes, including their signature mushroom sisig, which tastes just like how you would expect sisig to taste like. Except we knew. Or we were told anyway that this was made of mushroom. Okay, we did see the chef add the mushrooms in, so that took away any doubt from my mind. So, if you're still wondering exactly what Green Farm is, here is Miss Rona to give us a quick rundown.
So we are a farm-to-table concept farm. We are offering a mushroom-based menu. So we have here our best sellers, mushroom sisig, mushroom bulaklak, the mushroom pizza. So you can enjoy your travel while you don't have the guilt on eating much more on the unhealthy side. So Green Thumb Farm is offering a healthy-based mushroom dishes.
We also got to try the mushroom pizza, mushroom siomai, mushroom bulaklak, and many more dishes. All of them blew our minds. We also got a chance to tour their organic mushroom farm, where they grow the different kinds of mushrooms they use in their dishes. Miss Rona was kind enough to let us try the mushrooms freshly picked from the farm. Green Thumb is just one of the many farm-to-table concepts and food options that you can try in Bohol. The next farm we visited has a different sort of appeal to it. Egay's farm caters more to lessons or seminars. We visited this place for some healthy snacks and refreshments before touring the farm. While their thrust is also farm-to-table, they also host seminars and lessons for up-and-coming farm owners who want to get into agriculture. We asked Miss G of the DOT7 team to tell us a little bit about the Farm 7 initiative.
Yeah, for Farm 7, it's a continuing program of the Department of Tourism Central Visayas. With this program, we focused on the farms, especially in the countryside, showcase the different features that each farm offers. Some farms would focus on, like, let's say, livestock. Some take pride of the herbs that they have, so they offer different unique features for each farms.
Vita Isola, or Island Living as their website explains, is a farm/resort that brings fresh island meals to the table. They have an infinity pool and a picturesque view of the ocean. We had a chance to try some of their freshly made binago, which is grated cassava, and their freshly made bat pinakurat, which is a sea cucumber dish. We washed all of that down with some homemade rice wine, which I'll let Mig do the talking.
It's strong.
It is strong. They said it wasn't.
Yeah, it was strong, but I liked it so much, I went back for more. We finished the visit with amazing dessert. It's clear we loved it. Vita Isola gives us luxury lifestyle, but for those looking for an adventure, you can head over to the Fox and the Firefly Cottages. The Fox and the Firefly Cottages is a B&B in the town of Lubok. They have a quaint farm which produces a lot of their vegan and vegetarian dishes, including some meat alternatives that were honestly really good. Here, it's more about just eating healthy, it's also about being active. They offer mountain biking and stand-up paddle boarding as well. And if you want to know more about that, check out our video on adventures in Bohol. We ended the night at the famous Bohol Bee Farm. While we didn't get to tour the farm itself as it was late in the night, we did get to enjoy the festivities and, of course, the food. They also have legitimately one of the best ice creams I've ever tried. It comes in a lot of flavors that are not too common for ice cream, so try to guess in the comments which one is my personal favorite. If you get it right, we may just pin your comment. So these are just some of the farms that you can tour in Bohol. My only regret is that I wish we had more time to experience everything that each farm has to offer. They're all unique and have a certain charm to them. Hey guys, today I'm in Bohol and I have something very special for you. Bohol is a province of many natural wonders, and I'm not just talking about the beach or the famous chocolate hills. Today, what I want to show you is all the way out there. Bohol is one of the prime destinations of diving in the Philippines. It has an abundance of sea life, corals, and dive spots that you may not get to see anywhere else. Our Discover diving experience started here in South Palms Resort, Panglao. Together with the Department of Tourism Region 7 along with their invited guests, we started with a briefing on things to remember and the most important thing in diving: safety. Here I am listening carefully and taking to heart what the instructors had to say. After the class, we headed straight to the pool while the info was fresh to put into practice what we learned in a controlled environment before we hit the open water. At first, my underwater controls were, let's just say, not very smooth. And I needed a little help, but I got there eventually. Once we were deemed ready, we headed out to the sea. Ah, the sea. So mysterious, so beautiful, so wet. Plus points if you got that reference. Our first dive took us to Project Sirena, which is a submerged plane where aquatic ecosystems can thrive. This was about getting the hang of being in the water, keeping relaxed, and always breathing. Here I am, maybe a little bit too relaxed. We did a little bit of exploring, but the highlight here is the photo opportunity us divers had with the plane. Here are some photos the DOT team took of me and me with my dive instructor Frank. As we headed to our next dive spot, I got to talk to Ice Do of the DOT 7 team about the Dive 7 festivals.
Dive 7 is a program of the Department of Tourism, Central Visayas, and it aims to promote dive tourism in the region. Most individuals I've been conversing with, their main concern is really like they're afraid because they don't know how to swim, or maybe there are sharks or whatever. But basically we're doing this Dive 7 because we want to encourage everyone to really go dive and experience, because you don't have to be a good swimmer. You can enjoy diving even if you don't know how to swim. Even kids as young as 8 to 10 years old, they do enjoy, and that has been already proven through our Dive 7 festival activities.
And that brings us to our second dive of the day. After a boat entry and admittedly a couple tries getting beneath the waves, this dive site was more about exploring the ocean life. My dive instructor took me out into the middle of the ocean, away from my videographer Jack. But Jack was able to give us a glimpse of the corals and the aquatic life that we encountered here. But that being said, everything I encountered here was simply breathtaking. Unfortunately, it was over much quicker than I would have liked, but our journey wasn't over. We headed to Balikasag Island where, if you don't fancy scuba diving, you can explore the ocean via snorkeling or free diving, which, and this hurts me to say, some people are just more natural than I am at. It's difficult to put into words just how beautiful Bohol is beneath the waves, but its reputation has attracted divers from all around the world.
My name's Emma. I'm a photographer and videographer, and I scuba dive, free dive, and I also climb mountains. So I just climbed the 5th highest mountain in the world in Nepal and flew straight to the Philippines to scuba dive after. My highlight was probably seeing the crystal clear water. It's like so much more beautiful here than anywhere else I've been. And we also got to do a sardine run, which is pretty cool. We got to see tuna, like hunting them, and we're like, whoa, nature.
My name is Jack Baller. I'm from Miami, Florida, and my friend Logan Frost invited me out here about 10 months ago. And he saw the diving that I was doing in Miami, and he said, if you come to the Philippines, you'll be blown away. And this weekend, I was blown away with the diving. I went to Balikasag Island, the 2 best dives of my life. I saw a white tip, I saw frogfish, I saw a school of barracuda, turtles of course, and a million tropical fish. And the coral, I've never seen the pristine coral like that. I was blown away. And you know, the expectations were high, but they were met.
So my body hurts, my knees are weak, my arms are heavy. But these are just some of the adventures that you can discover in Bohol beyond the chocolate hills. Thank you once again to the Department of Tourism Region 7 for showing us that the outdoor scene in Bohol is alive, thriving, and somewhere you'll want to go on your next big adventure. This has been Mig from Spot.ph, and I'll see you guys soon. After my nap, which I'll take now. Bye! Spotted something to try? Send it over to spotted@spot.ph. For more videos like this, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.